And we welcome you to Manheim Township High School for tonight's rivalry showdown between the Blue Streaks at 7-3 and Section 2 powerhouse Warwick at 9-1 overall. Eric Thomas and Warren Goodling with you here tonight. Coach, these two schools separated by almost 4.5 miles. They know each other quite well. This is the only time we'll see them against one another, at least in the regular season. Who knows what happens come districts. A very important game for this Manheim team tonight. They're trying to stay as hot as they have been all year. They've won 5 of 6, 4 straight games. Tonight their rival stands in the way of their winning streak.
Well, we saw them Tuesday night, and they really played very, very well on both ends of the court. And what impressed me was that they played very well together on both ends, on defense and offense. Offensively, they made the extra pass. They found the open shooter, and they're hitting their stride right now.
Yeah, certainly are. They've won those 4 games by an average score of 17 points. Actually, the 5 of the 6 they've won by an average of 17 points. They're up to 13th in the power ratings as Manheim Township, just behind CD East. CD East would be the cut line there, the 12 seed. 12 teams will advance in the 6A bracket. 63% of their three-pointers they have made this season have come in the last 5 games. They hit 10 the other night against Cedar Crest when we were there. What is the secret behind this Township team and getting hot from the arc right now?
Well, I think right now, they're making the extra pass to find the open man. That's number one. And a lot of their passes are coming from the paint out to the perimeter. And when you get the ball coming inside out, the shooter has a better chance of getting his feet ready to make the shot.
Now, in Warwick's case, they're 9-1, 6-1 in Section 2. They have a huge matchup with Lebanon coming up on Saturday. That'll determine Section 2. This game sandwiched in between that. How do you see this tonight from a Warwick perspective?
Well,
this is a big game, but they got a bigger one coming up on Saturday.
Well, they have a bigger one as far as the section goes Saturday, but this is always a big game for them. And for their mindset, they need to win this game tonight. So they go into that game with the proper mindset that we are good and we're going to defend our home court Saturday. But this is only maybe the second team that they've played with a winning record. So they're still, you'll find more. They'll find out more about their team tonight than they did in some of those other earlier games.
These are 2 of the highest scoring teams in all the LL, 2 of the 5 highest scoring teams. Their offense without Joey McCracken, your thoughts on that? Because they've been pretty efficient all season long. They've won 8 games by double figures. They haven't really been tested. Their one loss obviously came to Lebanon, but their offense doesn't have the catalyst out there in Joey McCracken, and yet they haven't lost a step.
Well, they have a great point guard in Tate Landis. He's as tough as they come. He knows how to run the show. And Kai Sapala is perhaps the best player in the league. You can make a case for that because he does everything. He can play every position. He scores inside, outside, any way possible. So they got 2 really good players.
Sapala had back-to-back 30-point games this season against Conestoga Valley and Ephrata. And will Kai dunk tonight? That's going to be the biggest question because we all know that everybody loves his viral dunk.
Well, he can dunk, and he doesn't really need to be in the open court to dunk. He can dunk in traffic if he has to.
Starting lineups tonight for Warwick. First, they'll be in the all-red with the black trim and the white trim. It'll be Tate Landis in the backcourt. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Cam Hess will join him. The 5'10 senior has hit 4 3-pointers this season. Ryan Fink will also get the start. It's a very guard-oriented lineup for Chris Christensen's team. Kai Sapala, you mentioned him, the 6'4 forward, one of the best scorers in all the LL. I think he's the top scorer in all the LL, both statistically and just overall when you watch him play. 22 points a game, and Corbin Horst will get the nod tonight, averaging just under 6 a game. For Manheim Township, they'll be the host here in the white uniforms. They're going to start the same 5 we saw the other night at Cedar Crest. It'll be J.T. Weaver averaging 15 points a game. Zach Hartz, who's really been a catalyst for this run that they've been on. Those 2 specifically have done a lot of damage from three-point territory during this stretch. Dan Engel, Seth Miller, and John Seifert will round out the starting 5. We also saw 6 different guys hit a 3 the other night against Cedar Crest. So it's not just the starting 5. It's not just Hartz and it's not just Weaver. It's everybody getting involved for this Manheim team, and that's what's made them so lethal during this stretch.
Yeah, again, they're finding the open man, and some of the young guys that came in off the bench, they made some threes too. So you got to guard the three-point line really on both of these teams.
Blowout wins for both earlier this week. Penn Manor was the victim to Warwick 58-37, and Crest, as we mentioned, 61-32 on Tuesday night over there. Tate Landis, 13 points in that win a couple of nights ago. We'll talk a lot about Sapala, but you mentioned Landis there at the start. how big is he being that complement? They've needed that second scorer most of this season to go along with Sapala. It came from McCracken a season ago. This year it's been Tate Landis.
Well, that's his progression as a sophomore when he played great defense, ran the show. Now his progression as a junior guard is to not only play great defense, run the show, but pitch into the scoring. They do miss McCracken because McCracken, again, is that great athlete that can find different ways to score and give him some, help in the leadership aspect.
All right, we'll take time here for the national anthem. When we get back from that, we'll tip things off here from Manheim Township High School. It is Warwick and Township, and it comes your way next here on LOHoops.com. All right, we're ready to get it on here tonight from Manheim Township High School. Good crowd here on hand. First time we've seen a student section here tonight as well.
Yeah, I heard they let 15 in. Probably the highest GPAs in the school got in here tonight.
So we've had a student section nowhere this season. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Lewis Agency. Parents, if you have children who are driving or getting ready to drive, Lewis Agency is here to help. Call the Stephen Everett Lewis Agency in Millersville to find out how they keep your costs low and help teach your children to drive safer with the nationwide Smart Ride program. Program includes accident forgiveness, so if your new driver has an accident, you won't lose your insurance or suffer an expensive rate surcharge. Please contact Stephen Everett Lewis Agency for additional information. So the tip's controlled by Warwick, and right off the bat, they're going to fire a three up, and underneath, missing the putback that time is Sapala, and here comes Township. Right in the paint, Seifert backing down Horst. Out to Hartz now, Weaver has it. Angle off the tip of his hands. Miller will reset things here. 30 seconds into this first quarter.
Yep, Warwick playing their man-to-man defense. Township's going to run some sets here to try to get a good look.
Patient attack here from Township early as Hartz down the baseline. Missed that one, and Sapala comes away with it. Sapala bumping off of Seifert, and that's going to be foul number one on Seifert and the first on Township.
We'll see, even right there, you saw the ability of Kai Sapala to get that loose ball and go down the court like a guard. Now 1-4 set out of bounds play inside.
Well, thought about the catch and shoot off the inbound there. Landis, and they wrap it around Sapala. He will not be shy.
Now he can score a lot of different ways.
Has that right hand bandaged. It's not really affected him much this season as you see him shoot there and knock that one down.
See, that's the dilemma that you're going to have is you're going to put a bigger guy on him. He's going to shape up on the ball screen. That was a nice two-man game there.
Hartz across the Angle. Angle drives, pull up in the lane, can't get the roll, rebound Horst. Landis with it for Warwick. Quick corner three on the way, and Warwick's got an early 6-0 lead. Ryan
Fink, that was a catch and shoot. I have the green light, and that's exactly how he put that one up.
Angle around the top of the arc, Weaver, and now Miller. Miller with the head fake right by Sapala all the way to the bucket. He lays it in. The basket counts and a foul for Seth Miller.
Well, Miller, again, he had Sapala on him. He gave him a pump fake because Sapala had to respect the shot, and he got by him, and then Sapala fouled him on the layup.
Miller to the line to shoot 66% this season. Clangs that one, Sapala the board. It's the first time we've seen Warwick this season. We were scheduled to do that Lebanon game earlier. That one postponed because of COVID issues, so we'll get the rematch on Saturday here on LOHoops.com. Fink, and now they keep it to Horst. Now back to Fink, Landis. Landis was tied up there. Cam Hess has it. Now Sapala again. Everybody gets a touch on this possession. Landis too aggressive. Actually, they're going to nail Miller with the foul.
Yeah, that's a good call by Rick Hartle because Landis made a nice move to head to the basket, and he got blocked. Now here's the 1-4 out of bounds play. Obviously, they'll have a lob in there somewhere to Sapala. Didn't do it that time.
Cam Hess off the inbound. And there's Sapala with it. Hands off. Fink again. Gets the roll.
Yeah, but again, Sapala with the dribble screen handoff. Nice play by Sapala. And he's the leading scorer in the league, but he is a very unselfish player.
A little shell-shocked early on here as Township down 9-2.
3 threes.
Weaver, now Hartz. Cuts across to that elbow, back out to Weaver. They go back into Seifert. Nice find on the far side. It's angled, but he can't connect. Hart's the rebound. They keep it alive. Weaver tries the three, in and out. Rebound loose on the floor. Seifert gets it, puts it in.
And that was some tough work in there by Seifert, who got that rebound and scored in traffic. And he's very valuable to this team, doing the little things that help you win games.
Sapala with it, guarded by Angle.
You know, Angle's a good, strong matchup for Sapala.
Sapala can't hit that time, and Miller the board. Hartz, that was partially tipped, right back to Miller. Miller with a free run, finds Angle, open three, no, rebound, tip, Seifert keeps it alive. Hartz, jumper, got it.
Once again, there's Seifert getting the offensive rebound. And there again, there's a shot, again, inside out. A good time to hit a three or hit a basket is on an offensive rebound. Kick it out to the perimeter.
9-2, and Mannheim's battled all the way back as the runner from Fink that time is good.
Yeah, Fink's having quite a first quarter here. He showed he could hit the three, and now he just took one to the basket.
Weaver into Seifert.
And a nice D by Horst to knock that ball out of bounds.
Desmond Taylor is in for Warwick, number 13. Brock Oldock is in for Township. One of those 6 guys that hit a three on Tuesday night against Cedar Crest. Right back into Seifert, can't hang on to it that time, and Taylor pulls it away.
Yeah, I think Taylor might have got his hand on the entry pass.
Landis, nice handoff to Fink, another green light, that one's short. Sapala the rebound into the corner, guarded by Angle, crossover. Nice move by Sapala to get that one off, but he can't hit. And the rebound to Township. They got numbers here as Miller will slow it down. Open his Angle on the far side, and he hits this time.
See, that's what we were talking about. The ball just finds the open man. Nice job by Township to find the open man on that semi-fast break.
2-point lead for Warwick as we hit 2:43 to play here in the opening quarter. Sapala foul line strong in the lane, and he's fouled by Angle, and Sapala to the line to shoot 2.
And he had a nice drive down the middle, and he jumped to the side to avoid the charge. Still strong enough to finish that, and he got fouled. So now go to the line for 2 shots.
It's the 3rd team foul on Township. Sapala on the season, 67%. That one looked really good.
Well, he's getting to the line pretty much, and I just think that percentage will keep going up. The more he gets there, the more comfortable he gets, and he'll get over 70 here before the end of the season.
Avery Sapp is in the game for Warwick, number 1. Sapala hits both. He's got 5 of the 13 for Warwick here in the early going, and we got 2:35 to go in the opening quarter. Hartz, now Oldock. Try to go inside to Angle. They bring it back out. Seifert, and want to go back to Hartz. That's cut off. That jumper by Miller is short. Rebound Sapp.
Sapp did a nice job of boxing out that time.
Landis, nice crossover and spin out to the corner. They'll reset with Taylor up top. Sapala into the corner. It goes to Sapp. Sapp lost it off his hip and out of bounds. That'll go back to Township.
Yep, just needs to be a little bit patient there.
Two minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Warwick had a 7-point lead at 9-2. Township has battled back. That one's tipped and out of bounds. It'll stay with Township. 1:53 to go here in the quarter. Really think for the first time all season, at least to me, this has felt like a real basketball game with the crowd here.
Yeah.
Angle underneath. Miller, nice feed and nice score.
Yep.
Miller's got 4, 13-11. So we almost are at the 92nd mark here of the first quarter. That one tossed over towards Taylor, but Hess is there to pull it, keep it from going out of bounds. Sapala. Up top it goes. Now Hess. Hess, nice drive, had all kinds of space, and that's swatted out of there by Seifert with 1:19 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, nice defensive play. He came off his man. What's the call here? What do we got here?
A late foul call.
Oh, my.
So that's a second foul on the big. Matt Johns is beside himself. That's a late call. I don't blame him.
No, he had every right to be beside himself. I mean, we saw clean block. I mean,
referee saying he got him on the wrist as Hess misses the front end. Hess on the season, 64%. This Warwick team shooting under 60% at the line for the season. Seifert's out, and
that's just a tough call because that ball's going out of bounds. Warwick's going to get it back. I mean, you get a good player like that, you get him out of the game on a foul call like that. But
Matt O'Gorman, who's in for Township. Loose ball, and that's picked off by Warwick. Landis, behind the back dribble, off to Hess. And they find their guy. There is Sapala. Rebound Hartz. Under a minute to go here in the first. Angle now O'Gorman. Smaller lineup now for Township with Seifert out of the game. Oldock is in there, but O'Gorman can't hit the runner. Put back by Hartz is off the mark. Rebound tipped out by Weaver and then pulled in by Warwick. They find down the floor on the run out, and they're going to call another foul on Township here.
Well,
get the call right this time. Out of bounds on Warwick, so it's Township ball with 36 seconds to go.
Now Chris Christensen, he's not happy about that call. He's going to give Rick Hardle a little bit of voice on that one. Okay, they're not sure.
Weaver, Township can hold for the final shot here. They can tie with a 3.
Let's see if they bring it out. They're not bringing it out. They're just running their offense.
Oldock now Hartz, now Weaver again. O'Gorman down to 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Hartz on the drive all the way to the window, and he scores. Half-court heave by Sapala. Kisses the rim or the side of the backboard, and it's no good. Well played first 8 minutes, 14-13. Warwick over Manheim Township. Tonight's game is brought to you by H&L Team Sales. H&L Team Sales provides uniforms, team shops, and other clothing equipment to schools and teams throughout the LL, York, and Berks regions. Contact H&L at 717-392-3010 or online at www.hlteamsales.com. Eric Thomas and Warren Goodley with you here tonight at Manheim Township High School, 14-13 after one. Good first quarter. I mean, we saw Warwick hit those 3 threes early on.
Yep.
They're up by 7. All of a sudden, Township starts to battle back. Got a little bit of foul trouble, a couple of controversial calls. What else is new between these two?
No, nothing else. It's all good. It's like a playoff game. I got to give props to Hart. He got the ball with 5 seconds to go out top. He gave a little head fake, took it to the basket. He knew exactly the time score situation. Boy, you like to see that in your point guard. When your point guard can do that, that's good stuff.
Township will have it to start the second. It'll be J.T. Weaver to inbound. Weaver, Hartz, O'Gorman, Angle, and Oldock. Same 5 that finished the quarter, start the second for Township. And Seifert's got 2 fouls, so he is out for the time being as Weaver has it. Now Angle, they work it around to Oldock. Now up top it's Hartz. O'Gorman.
Yeah, and Seifert was really big in that first quarter on rebounding.
O'Gorman hanging in the paint, and he scores.
That's a tough drive. So he comes off the bench and gets a tough inside basket.
Tate Landis with it now. Seth Miller will check in at the next timeout. Hess. Now Hess back to Landis. Good handle by Landis. Guarded by O'Gorman. Landis down the lane, gets it out to the corner. 3-pointer on the way. No. Rebound to Angle.
And again, Landis penetrated, found the open shooter. They just missed that one.
O'Gorman again. Now it's Angle. Angle drives. Nice layup by Dan Angle.
Really nice, strong finish on the left hand. Little bit of a scooper.
He's got 5, and all of a sudden Township's got a 3-point lead. Hess, Sapala. Pull up 3 by Sapala. Rolls off the side and in the hands of Weaver. Weaver pushing it, foul line, pull up. No, rebound to Fink.
All right, that was a good shot by Weaver. He had a fast break situation. That's a shot you practice all the time, that little 15-foot pull-up on the fast break.
Landis underneath the Sapala, all alone, and he lays it in.
Nice set play there. He went backdoor. Landis found him. Dribbled to the wing and looked in on that 1-4 high set.
He can just hurt you so many different ways. Inside, outside, he can handle the ball. O'Gorman, nice spin move, and O'Gorman, no. Look at Hartz banging in there for the rebound, out to Angle. And now Weaver, and he is hand checked by Landis. It's going to be the second team foul on Warwick. Seth Miller is back in place of Oldock. And Chase Krull is in for Warwick, number 44. Doesn't quite feel like that LL final here 2 seasons ago, but
not quite.
It's got some electricity in the building tonight.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And it's been produced by the play. The players are really playing hard, playing together.
Double clutch by Weaver that time is off the mark, and Landis pulls down the board. The head it goes to Horst. Horst had to go low to get it. Somehow saved it to Sapala, who can't hit the little turnaround, gets his own board and puts it off the window.
He's going to be very, very hard to stop in close like that.
Well, without Seifert in there, too, they don't have anybody with size in there. Most of these guys more predominantly guard-oriented here for Manheim right now. Angle, catch and shoot 3 is good for Dan Angle. His second 3 of the night. He's got 8. Township's got a 2-point lead.
Nice looking shot. He had his footwork down perfectly. The defender was off of him a little bit. Not much, just enough to give him the green light.
Landis keeps his dribble alive. Hartz with razor-thin defense on him. Sapala bangs off Angle, and he pushes it off the window and in.
Again, they had some good spacing at time. They got out of his way, and he had the right side. He's just too big and strong down there one-on-one. He can finish that.
Angle's doing what he can defensively, but Sapala is just a problem as Miller over top of Sapala and scores.
Well, that was impressive by Miller, huh? Taking it down there, gathering his feet, and finishing that shot with Sapala right there on him.
Sapala won't get credit for holding position there, but that was a nice job defensively to not give up the foul as Fink has it up top. 4 minutes to go here almost in the half. Horst. Warwick slows it down slightly as Sapala has it up top. There's Angle coming out to guard him again. Sapala, nice find underneath. That one's swatted out of there by Miller as Landis tried to hang in the paint that time. Here comes Miller. Miller all the way, and he's fouled.
Yep. Just aggressive take by Miller.
It's going to be on Corbin Horst, that's his first. Miller hits the first. He's got 7 already. We talked a lot on Tuesday about the balance of this team. Shamir Threats is in.
No, I mean, Miller has a really nice skill set. He's got a good, strong body. He's strong, can finish at the basket. He can shoot the ball. He puts it on the floor. He's a really nice-looking player.
Miller's second one, and he won't get the hometown roll as Landis gets that board. Got a 3:25 to go here in the half. Sapala. Pass across, there is Crawl. His jumper is down.
That's what he can do. He can hit that 3 ball. Came off a little screen, feet set, nailed it.
Tied at 23 here with 3 minutes to go in the half as Hartz will bang that one off the backboard. Here comes Sapala. Sapala hands it off. Crawl, high arc or no. Rather, travel on the way. That was Trevor Evans, by the way.
Trevor Evans. He's a
jumper.
He's a freshman, played the JV game, and they really like his potential.
So Zapala will inbound off that, and with 2:40 to go, we're down to the waning minutes here in the first half. It's 23 apiece. It's been a back-and-forth game thus far. Warwick had the big lead in the first. Mannheim battled back. Pass underneath to Sapala is a little too wide, and Township will come away with that one. That's the third Warwick turnover here. Miller inside to Oldock. Oldock spins. One-handed rebound pulled down by Sapala. Sapala all the way. Nice move by Sapala, and he lays it in.
Yep.
13 for Kai Sapala, and it's 25-23 Warwick.
How about that spin move, huh? You know, but he had good spacing. He read that he had space, and he saw the floor was open, so he put the move on.
Hart's trying to give it up here with 1:45 to go in the half. Angle. Guarded by Crawl. They go back to Miller. And now Hart's at the foul line. Back out to Miller. A three-pointer on the way. Sapala was late to get there. That's off the mark. And Fink the rebound. Here comes Warwick as Evans will hand it back off to Sapala. We're down to 1:25 to go in the half.
You got the side isolated right now.
Angle has been on Sapala the entire first half.
Yeah, he's done it. I mean, he's made him work. He's done a good job. Sapala's got some baskets on transition and some offensive rebounds.
Sapala puts it on the floor. Now he goes back towards his right. Nice move in the lane, but he leaves it off the corner of the backboard and in the rim there as Miller will come away with it, hand it off to Threats. Threats will keep it slowed here with Hartz. They go right back inside to him. Sapala steps out to guard him as Miller has the top of the circle now. Miller drives in the paint. We got a foul. Miller goes back to the line. That's the 14th foul on Warwick.
Yeah, nice drive in there in the paint. They needed some offensive production right there, and they got it. See if he can make these 2 shots.
Trevor Evans picks up the foul. That's his first. Evans, one of 2 freshmen that Christensen has on his varsity roster. Carter Horst, the other. They're both over 6 foot, or just at 6 foot. Haven't gotten a whole lot from them in terms of points. Don't need to get a whole lot from them in terms of points. They're more out there to get the experience as Miller hits the second. And they are up next, as they say, for this Warwick program.
Yeah, and he's trying to find who is his 7th, 8th man as he goes into the Section 1 crossovers and the playoffs, whatever playoff they get in. And obviously, talking to them, they want to get in all the playoffs. They want to get in the LL League, but they got to get that rotation down set.
3-pointer short that time by Crawl. Township can hold for the final shot. 25 seconds to go. Matt Johns will call a 30-second timeout to talk things over. His first called of the night. Hearts Physical Therapy brings you tonight's game. They're a locally owned independent outpatient physical therapy clinic with 5 convenient locations in Lancaster County. They specialize in orthopedic rehabilitation, aquatic therapy, post-surgery, sports injuries, and vestibular therapy. Unparalleled patient outcomes and an average net promoter score of 95 reflect their unwavering commitment to their patients. It is your choice where you go for physical therapy. Experience the difference Hearts Physical Therapy can make in your recovery. 25 seconds to go here in the half, and it's a 1-point lead for the visiting Warwick Warriors here as Township will have it, and Miller will inbound for the Streaks. See if they hold for the final shot here in the half.
Now what they did at the end of the first quarter was they just ran their normal offensive stuff, and then with 5 seconds to go, they found an opportunity. But right now it looks like they're going to spread it out a little bit. Okay, there's a little normal offensive thing. They'll have a little ball screen there, double ball screen.
Seifert, by the way, is back out there. Weaver, nice up and under move to the bucket. First 2 of the night for Weaver. The half-court shot at the buzzer is short, and that is how we'll end it, 26-25. Township comes back to take the first half lead. We'll come back in a little bit here with some scores, and we'll talk a little bit about that first half, give you a preview of what's to come here on LOHoops.com. You're watching live coverage of Section 1 versus Section 2 here on LOHoops.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by Stephen Grosh, the law office of Stephen W. Grosh. When courtroom experience and advocacy matters, we stand by you in your time of need. Proudly serving Lancaster County for 15 years. We'll take a timeout, add up the numbers, come back, talk about that first half. You're watching live coverage of high school basketball on LOHoops.com.
Weaver scored the last basket. Weaver scored the last basket. JT.
God, I'd be golfing out there if it was minus 15. Halftime here at Manheim Township High School. It's 26-25. Township leading Warwick in a really well-played first half. We'll have the scoring numbers for you here in a moment. Want to tell you what's coming up next on LOHoops.com. We have the Section 2 showdown between Lebanon and Warwick on Saturday afternoon at 1:30. And then we're also going to get the Section 3 matchup between Cocalico and Lampeter-Stroudsburg. Those are the only two sections that are left to be decided right now as far as LL play goes. Remember, crossovers don't count towards the section race or the LL tournament. So we need to find out who's going to win 2 and 3. We'll have both of them for you in the next week. We'll have the Section 2 matchup on Saturday. Lebanon and Warwick, a rematch of 11 and win from earlier in the season. And we'll see LS and Cocalico coming up next week. So looking forward to both of those. And we'll find out the missing pieces to the puzzle as far as the LL tournament goes. Now, the interesting thing about the rest of the way for Manheim Township, if they win tonight, all their games remaining are crossovers against E-Town, Conestoga Valley, Ephrata, and Garden Spot. They need a loss by CD East or somebody else along the way here to help them out in the 6A bracket. Now, Warwick has a little bit different of a path here. They're the 5th seed as of tonight, and they have their Section 2 title game against Lebanon, then Hempfield, who wins Section 1, then McCaskey, who's the runner-up in Section 1, and then they finish with Cedar Crest coming up. So they're actually in a position, if they win this game tonight, not only to do damage to their rival, but maybe better themselves a little bit, should say a Cedar Cliff or a Central Dauphin or somebody along the way ahead of them slip up as far as the 6A race goes in District 3.
Yeah, well, my experience with the power ratings is they change every day. and when you start looking at that, you try to figure it out, and then it just something happens, crazy happens along the way. But, this is a big game for Township as far as district goes. This would really boost their chances, especially with the games coming up on their schedule. Warwick, on the other hand, this is the meat of their schedule now here at the end. This should prime them for the playoffs.
You would think so. Now, as far as District 3 goes, there are 4 teams that have a shot from the Lancaster-Lebanon League. You got Warwick 5th right now. Hempfield is 11th, so they're just in. Manheim is 13th, so they're just out. And then you got McCaskey, who's at 18th right now, and they're a long shot to get in. They're going to need a lot of things to bounce their way over the next week or so in order to get in before that cut line. They're going to need a lot of teams to lose. They're going to need these LL teams to lose. They're going to have to win a couple games. They're certainly going to have to beat Warwick to help their cause. It's easier said than done. So a lot really has to be played out here over the next couple of weeks. But right now, the top 4 seeds in districts are Wilson, Reading, Central Dauphin, and Cedar Cliff. So 2 Mid-Penn teams, 2 Berks teams. And remember, the higher seeds are hosting the whole way in that tournament too. So it is imperative, especially if you're a team like a Central Dauphin or Cedar Cliff or Wilson or whoever, you want everybody coming to you. I mean, you control the fans, you control who gets into your gym. You want to make sure that you have the upper hand as far as all the games go in the District 3 tournament. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by Spooky Nook Basketball, the leader for all your basketball needs, everything from tournaments, leagues, camps, and personal training. Good first half. That was a lot of fun. What are your thoughts here in the second half as we get underway?
Great first half. Evenly matched team. As good as nobody can really pull away from each other. And I tell you what was impressive is Township had the ball at the end of the first quarter, end of the second quarter, and scored both times.
That goes a long way to determining how some of these games finish. It'll be Warwick ball to start things here in the second half. Strong half by Sapala. He had 13. And really, outside of Fink, who had 8, not much else in the way of scoring for Warwick. Manheim far more balanced in that first half. They had 8 apiece from Engel and Miller, and then 3 other players, Seifert, O'Gorman, Hartz, and Weaver all scored.
Well, that's been Township's MO here recently. They've had balance. And, the fact that they took the lead without Seifert in there in the second quarter says a little something about their depth. They got good production off the bench from Odak and O'Connor.
Yeah, good minutes in that first half. Remember, Seifert's got the 2 fouls. He will start the second half here for Township as Hartz is pinned up, finds Miller. They go right inside of Seifert. That's tipped out of the way there, but it'll stay with Township. Good defense that time by Fink. And Hartz will inbound in front of the student section. Up top it goes to Seifert. Sapala guarding Miller. Angle all the way to the bucket. He's fouled. Quick foul on Warwick here to start things in the half.
Yep, Angle did a nice job of getting down the middle and forcing that contact.
Cam Hess picks up the foul for the Warriors here. Angle will shoot 2. First one is good. Angle now with 9 to lead the Blue Streaks here.
Now, he's had a really nice game so far at this point because he's also guarding Sapala on defense, so he's getting his workout tonight.
They'll stay with them here as they come down the floor the other way as Landis with it, trying to set up Sapala inside. They do so well at moving him all around the floor. They don't need to camp him out in one spot.
Well, if they put him at the low post, he's probably going to get doubled. But they can slash him down there occasionally to keep the defense honest. There's a nice pass.
Kicks it out to Fink. Open 3 is good for Ryan Fink.
I think that was Corbin Horst.
Corbin Horst,
yeah.
I beg your pardon, yep.
Yep, Corbin Horst. And again, Sapala made the point guard play, dribbling down the middle and finding the three-point shooter. At the low post, he's probably going to get doubled. But they can slash him down there occasionally to keep the defense honest. There's a nice pass.
Kicks it out to Fink. Open 3 is good for Ryan Fink. See some of those red on black numbers along the way as Horst goes into the backcourt to save that, and it's over the line there, so it'll go back to Township with 6:08 to go in the quarter.
Just an unforced turnover that time. That drives you crazy because really that was just an unforced turnover. I think he probably took his eye off the ball. Miller running the point right now.
Now Weaver harassed by Landis. Hartz. Seifert, they skip it around. Miller gets it back, goes against Sapala, back up top Angle. Good ball movement here by Mannheim on this possession. Hartz up top Angle. Angle drives down the lane, got tied up. Seifert's there to put it up. No, gets the rebound and scores off the window, and he's fouled.
Yep.
Chance for a three-point play here.
Yep.
Foul is on Horst. That's the second. That's the team's second on Warwick here in the second half. Chance to make it a three-point lead here. And that one's good.
Yeah. I mean, Seifert has done a nice job on the boards, both on the offensive and defensive glass. He's one of those guys that has a feel for where that ball's going.
Sapala with the head fake. Nice hop step in the lane. Yeah. Look at that reach by Sapala.
Well, you know, he avoided the chop.
And that one's good.
Yeah. I mean, Seifert has done a nice job on the boards, both on the offensive and defensive glass. He's one of those guys that has
on this chilly night, but the action inside here, good. Tate Landis will pick up that foul.
Yep.
It's a second, and the fouls starting to pile up a little quicker here as they go right off the inbound of Miller. No, and the rebound Sapala.
Yep, Sapala affected that shot. He just went straight up and elevated and forced the miss, then got the rebound.
1 point lead for Township as Landis in the paint.
Okay. That's a nice move. I like to see him when he's a little bit more aggressive looking for his offense because he has it.
Miller across half court, 4:45 to play in the third. It's a 1 point lead again for Warwick. They go back and forth, these two teams. No stranger to one another, although Township has controlled this rivalry. As we'll more on that in a second here. Hart's tied up and fouled. The foul's going to be on Landis. That'll be his third. Oh, they give Fink the foul that time.
Landis took the charge, but Fink gave him a little push on the way in, and that's why the foul call was made.
Seifert inside, saves that one right in the hands of Sapala. Hess hands it off, and Landis has it, going against Weaver. Back to Sapala. Sapala guarded by Miller. Lowers that shoulder, and we'll go the other way. That's quickly 5 fouls on Warwick here in the second half. We've got 4:15 to play in the third.
That's going to be an issue. No fouls on Township. That was good defense that time by Township, and I think Sapala lost a little bit of the handle. I think he wanted to go back the other way, but he lost the handle, and that ended up being the charge.
Last 10 seasons, these two teams have met 18 times. Township's won 13 of them. Leading that epic clash for the LL tournament titles. Angle gets the handoff, and he misses the easy one. Seifert's underneath, and he puts it in.
There he is again. Nice pass that time. I think J.T. Weaver came down and made the nice initial pass, but Seifert got the offensive rebound again.
Horst and now Landis. Into the corner to Hess. Now Landis again. Landis drives. Good defense by Hart, but ties him up just a little too much. First foul on Township here in the second half. These two staffs know each other. Into the corner to Hess. Now Landis again. Landis drives. Good defense by Hart, but ties him up just a little too much. First one is good. He's got 3. Brock Olduck is back in. And Desmond Taylor is back in for Warwick. Seth Miller and Corbin Horst will get a breather here. Landis got both. Back and forth we go. It's a 1-point lead for Warwick again with 3:27 to go in the quarter.
Yep. We had a feeling this game just might be like this.
Angle, and now Olduck up top. And that one almost picked off by Landis. It was tipped, so Weaver's safe to go in the backcourt to get it. Weaver off to Angle. Now Seifert, now Weaver again. Good offense. Weaver breaks himself free, and he knocks down the 3.
Yep. A little ball screen by Seifert there, and Weaver kept his dribble. His defense wasn't quite up on him, so he hit the 3.
Landis and Sapala. Taylor will take the 3 from the wing. That's off the mark. Olduck had the rebound. It bounced right off him, right back into Fink's hands. Now underneath to Hess. Hess got away from the defense, and he gets the roll.
Nice left-hand finish. That was a big basket, too.
Tied at 36. Taylor will take the 3 from the wing. That's off the mark. Olduck had the rebound. It bounced right off him, right back into Fink's hands. Now underneath to Hess. Hess got away from the defense, and he gets the roll.
Nice.
And Warwick will come away with it.
Yep, a lot of traffic in there that time for that drive. There's your 2-man game ball screen.
Landis, good defense by Township that time, that double team.
He double teamed Landis coming off the ball screen.
Sapala working on Olduck to the baseline. Nice pass underneath to the opposite corner. 3-pointer off the mark, but we got a foul underneath on Taylor, I believe, and that'll be the 6th on Warwick here in the second half.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a factor for Warwick because Township will be shooting on every foul coming up now.
2 fouls for Horst, 2 for Sapala, 2 for Landis.
Yeah, it's the team foul situation that they're in a little trouble here this half.
Seifert inside, waited, got it out to Angle. 3-pointer on the way, no. And the rebound, Taylor.
That time they did a good job of boxing out, Warwick did.
Landis off to Taylor. Taylor will take the open 3 this time. Missed everything. Saved by Krull. Nice job. Into the hands of Weaver, though. And Township can take the lead here as we approach 1:05 to go in the third. Weaver tied up. He throws it up, but he traveled.
Yep, good call.
So Warriors will get it back with 1:04 to go in the third. We're still square at 36. Great one here at Manheim Township High School. This crossover matchup between these two rivals separated by 4.5 miles.
Yeah,
as Sapala lays it off the window again.
Well, that's a good call by Christensen. They had a 1-4 hide and a back screen to Sapala when the ball went opposite of him, and he came off of there, and there was Township did not switch that, and they got a layup.
Sapala working on another 20-point night. Seifert doesn't hit the runner, crawl the rebound. It's out of traffic and hands it off to Fink, and now Sapala with 25 seconds to go in the quarter.
Let's see if Warwick can score on the last shot here. Township did it in the first and second quarter. See what Warwick does here. It's probably going to be a two-man game somewhere with Landis and Sapala.
Down to 7. Landis, runner, and he's fouled. Second team foul on Township here in the third, and with 4.1 seconds left. Shooting foul, and that's going to send Landis back to the line for 2. That's on Seifert, so that's his third.
Yeah, that's a tough break for him. But he could still play the fourth quarter with 3 fouls.
Yeah, Matt John's not going to rush to take him out with 4.1 seconds left.
You need him in there. But that time what Warwick did was they ran a double screen along the baseline coming from left to right, and what that did was opened up some floor room for Landis to penetrate down the middle and take the shot.
Seeing Matt Johns sort of shorten his bench a little bit here tonight, too.
Well, this is like almost a must-win game for him.
Hart's got to get it up at the horn, does, and knocks it down! Zach Hart's at the buzzer with a heave.
Whoa, wow, well, that's 3 for 3 at the end of the quarter.
Seeing Matt Johns sort of shorten his bench a little bit here tonight, too.
Well, this is like almost a must-win game for him.
Hart's got to get it up at the horn, does, and knocks it down! Zach Hart's at the buzzer! Be a thriller here from Manheim Township High School between these two rivals. Tonight's webcast is sponsored by Brute Athletic Apparel, your local manufacturer of custom sublimated uniforms. Want your team to stand out from the competition? Choose Brute, 100% custom, 100% local. Visit Brute.com for more information. That's BRUTE.com for more info. What a quarter. What a game so far. 40-39. Warwick in front of the rival, Manheim Township.
No, this is a great game. This is the way the game's supposed to be played. Both teams are playing hard. They know each other. And, they're making the extra pass. Some spectacular plays by individuals within the team concept.
Warwick has scored 14, 11, and 15. Manheim has scored 13 in all 3 quarters. Very rare that you see that.
Well, that's consistency.
Start the fourth here, and it's Weaver with it. Township controlling things here to start. They could take the lead. Olek's going to go for it. Short on the 3. Landis the board. Here he comes for Warwick. Sapala, who's had himself a good night, bounces off of Miller and then pulls it back out.
Yeah, Miller did a good job of not getting beaten that first step.
Landis, nothing but net on that one.
There you go.
He's got 9, and Warwick's got a 43-39 advantage.
He's just sort of let the game come to him. And, he does a great job on defense, runs the show on offense, and now recently he's let the game come to him, and he's found some scoring.
Holdock, and now Seifert. Now it's Weaver again. 1 minute gone almost here in this fourth quarter. It's a 43-39 lead for Warwick. Miller in the lane, tied up, throws it off the glass. Sapala the board.
And that was a tough shot with Sapala shooting over him because Sapala can elevate. That threw the shot off.
Sapala off to the corner it goes. Now it's up top again to Landis.
See if they look for Sapala in there.
Desmond Taylor staying in there. Seifert's going to give him room. Seifert's got the 3 fouls. Sapala baseline. Sapala trying to run it down with the one hand, and he's just off the mark that time. That actually hit the wire above the backboard. Hart's now Seifert.
Ball in there.
Desmond Taylor staying in there. Seifert's going to give him room. Seifert's got the 3 fouls. Sapala baseline. Sapala trying to run it down with the one hand, and he's just off the mark that time. That actually hit the wire above the backboard.
And finish it at the basket.
6 minutes to go in this game, 6-10, and Warwick's got 17 fouls.
Well, now, Township has got to cash in from the foul line because they're going to get there.
Foul, by the way, was on Crawl. That's his first. And Township's a 60% free throw shooting team on the season. And the free throw attempt is good. Seifert's got a nice game here, 10 points.
All right, we got a little different look here. 3/4 court press. See if Warwick's ready for it.
Floater by Fink is off the mark, but Horst is there for the loose one. Defense by Miller. Puts it back to Fink. No, and angle the rebound. Weaver. Nice lob inside. And we're going to get a travel on Seifert, and that will go back the other way to Warwick here. 5:37 to go. It's a 1-point lead for the Warriors.
You'd rather have that travel call than a charge.
Got that right.
So sometimes the refs do a good job on that. Here's the 3/4 court press. They've saved it for this last quarter. See if Warwick can figure something out here.
Horst, now Sapala. He was open. Goes inside to Landis. Landis, little fadeaway. It's blocked by Miller.
A great defensive play by Miller. He timed that perfectly.
And in the hands of Horst. They're trying to post up Sapala.
Well, they got hearts on Sapala in a mismatch.
This ball on the floor as Crawl lost it. And they get a timeout. Wow. Chris Christensen and Warwick get a timeout.
Yeah.
The full called with 5:04 to play. What a heads-up job by the staff on the sideline there to get that timeout called. Tonight's game is brought to you by Dan Taylor Family Law. Is your will, durable power of attorney, and living will up to date? If not, you should see LLHoops.com sponsor Daniel K. Taylor. Dan can be reached at 717-945-6212 or see his ad on our website. He can initially speak to you over the phone or meet in his Lancaster office. Home appointments are available for the disabled. 5:04 to play here from Manheim Township High School. Crucial game for Township as far as the district standings go. Warwick's got this one. They're 5th right now in the district standings, but they also have the Section 2 championship game coming up on Saturday afternoon at 1:30 against Lebanon. So a lot at stake here for these two rivals, and it's been a tight one all night. It's a 1-point lead for Warwick. We got 5 minutes and 4 seconds to play.
Well, so far no one has gotten separation, and it just might be a 5-0 run might get the job done for that, but this is one of those games that you just have a feeling it might just go down to the very end.
I'm going for some extra ball here tonight.
There's the out-of-bounds play we talked about. You said at some point out of that 1-4, they're going to throw a lob, and there it was. Easy basket.
19 for Sapala. It's 45-42. Hartz. And he is tied up by Fink.
Okay, 1-on-1. So if, and Township does a nice job of dribble driving to the basket when they have an opportunity. We saw that the other night, and they could cash in from the foul line with that type of strategy this quarter.
Hartz is good on the first. He's got 8. Again, the balance by Township tonight's been the story for them.
That's how they've played all season here.
Other side, it's been Sapala. Now Landis has picked it up here in the second half as Hartz misses the second. Landis, nice drive. Landis, and the contact will send him back to the free throw line for a pair with 4:35 to play.
Yeah, he finishes really strong. He's a strong point guard. He just sort of like change of pace, dribble, saw a little gap, went to the hole, went up strong, didn't try to deviate his shot, went strong, forced the foul.
Tate Landis. This one off the mark as Oldock will come back for Township. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for the LL final. The tournament final will be right back here as Landis connects on the 2nd. Last Saturday of the month, 4 o'clock tip. Right here from Manheim Township High School. Scheduled tip. They'll have the boys-girls final on the same day. The girls game will come first, and we'll have coverage of both for you here on LLHoops.com as Weaver has the ball with him now. Angle. Lob underneath to Oldick. Oldick gets rid of it out to Weaver. Quick catch and shoot. No. And Oldick somehow got his arm out there for the rebound, but lost it. Timeout as they go to the floor. See what the call is. It's going to be a 30-second timeout by Warwick this time. So that's twice now that Warwick's been able to save the possession by calling a timeout.
And I don't think Matt Johns liked either one.
No, he's not happy about it.
He wasn't happy about the first one. Okay, well, there's nothing you can do about it, and I learned that the hard way. Nothing you can do about the referee makes a call. Not much you can do.
Now Ryan Butt is giving, one of the Manheim assistants is giving the ref the business over there.
Well, Ryan's just asking the question. You know, you're allowed to ask a question. Don't tell the ref what to do. Just ask the question, right?
Matt is still going at the official over there.
Yep, I get it. I understand.
Well, we might see one of those Texas Tech situations. I'm surprised he's not sitting out there at half court.
All right, here comes Warwick on the 1-4 hires. The play they ran just a while ago. They get the ball down low to Sapala.
Yep, they kick it back out. Three-pointer on the way is off the mark. Rebound by Hartz.
Nice rebound by Hartz.
3-point lead for Warwick here as we hit 3:48 to go. Angle quickly down the lane. Had to get rid of it, but he traveled.
Yeah, he lost control of the ball a little bit. All right, so Township's probably going to go in their 1-2-2 token press. They'll try to get I won't say token press, but they'll try to get a trap. They're actually playing full court man this time, so it's a full court man instead of their 3/4 court trap.
Sapala all the way, and he lays it up and in.
You just can't let that happen. He's too good. You got to make him throw it. Make him go against 5 players when he gets the ball out top of the 3-point line.
9th 20-plus game of the season for Sapala. Hartz, and now Weaver. Weaver spins. It's a 5-point lead for Warwick. Out to Oldick. 3-pointer short. Rebound tipped from behind by Hartz, but he's fouled. Guilty of the foul on Fink.
Yeah, again, Fink, nice box out. Did everything right on that rebound.
That's the 4th foul on Township, so they're not in any real danger yet.
Let Sapala bring the ball up. He can play every position on the court.
I think he just wants it in his hands here late in the game.
Absolutely.
Who can blame him?
And him and Landis need to touch it a lot right now.
Sapala hop step out to the corner it goes. Crawl. Thought about the 3. Now Landis has it.
Keep it in there. 2 hands.
Sapala on the drive. He is bumped by Angle. 5th foul on Township.
Okay,
Matt John's going to go with his big back in the lineup. See if it's going to come back in.
Yep. So out of bounds play, 1-4 across the baseline.
So lob to Sapala.
Yeah.
Sapala. Good defense as JT Weaver picks his pocket, and Weaver the other way will lay it up and in.
That's a big play by Weaver, and see, he did exactly what he's supposed to do when Sapala's trying to go one-on-one. He needs to show that early help.
3-point lead for Warwick as we had 2:15 to play. Fink is all alone, but he won't pull the trigger on the 3.
He thought about it. he thought about it.
Get it right back to Sapala, and now they reset with 2 minutes to go.
Again, Warwick just needs to get really good spacing.
Sapala. On a 1:42 to play.
Plenty of time for Township. See if Warwick can be patient enough to get exactly what they want. Okay.
Hartz is going to pick up the foul. That'll be the team 6, so one more yet. And for Hartz, that's his 3rd.
And again, Landis just did a nice job of keeping his, balance when he got a little bit of a bump, and it forced the referee to call the foul.
Into Sapala. Sapala lost the handle, kept it alive though. Now they'll reset and kill some clock again. Down to 1:25 to play. It's a 3-point lead for Warwick. Only 2 times these 2 teams will meet, possibly until the district tournament if Mannheim gets in. As Horst has it, good ball movement here by Warwick as they get down to 1:08 to play.
And see if Township can get a trap when Sapala gives the ball up, if they can go trap somebody.
Still a foul to give.
They're going to trap Sapala.
Fink is foul. That is the 7th foul on Township. Fink is a 30% free throw shooter, so they're trying to get the ball in his hands, obviously, as Township. Get it away from Sapala. Pretty much everybody else on the floor shoots over 60%, but Fink at 30%. Horst also shoots in the 30s, but big time free throws here for Fink with 55 seconds to go. Making a 2-possession game. He can't, but Sapala, the tip, no, and the rebound Hartz. Township can tie it here with 50 seconds to go. Weaver.
And they're going to look for the best available shot. If it's a 3, great. If it's not, they'll take.
Hartz drives, waits, foul, and the basket counts. Zach Hartz with a chance to tie it.
Well, see, the mistake is defender lunged, tried to get the steal on the sideline. Of course, he doesn't get it. He gives up a layup and possibly a 3-point play. Never lunge when you have the lead.
Hartz in and out.
All right, they still have the lead.
1-point lead for Warwick, 30 seconds to go.
Okay.
And Weaver will foul Sapala. That's actually Angle, I beg your pardon. And that is the 8th team foul, so Sapala will go 1-1, 67% on the season. Still can only make this a 3-point game, so Township's going to have plenty of time. Sapala's first is good.
Yep.
22 now for the 6'4 senior. They have scored at the end of every quarter tonight.
Yep, Township has for sure. They scored 8 points total.
If they do it again, Township is going to win it, possibly with a 3, as Sapala can't hit the second. 25 seconds to go. Matt Johns will call a timeout. It's a full timeout charged to Mannheim Township with 24 seconds to play, and then we'll reset now to 25 seconds. That extra second ticked off. What do you do here? I mean, obviously, the ball's in your hands. You can win it with a 3, tie it with a 2. You have control of it here at the end of the quarter, and they have been so good at the end of the quarters here tonight.
Well, you're not going for the last shot right now unless you absolutely have to. You're trying to get the first available good shot because you have 25 seconds to go. If you miss it, you foul right away. If you make it, okay, and you tie, you got to play defense, obviously. But if you're Warwick and they tie it up, or if they take the lead and there's 6 or more seconds, you get the ball in and go. Get the ball in the Landis and fast break. That's what I would do. Some coaches will take a timeout and set up a play. I just think you get the ball in your best player's hands. But right now it's all about defense for Warwick. Township gives you, you can't say look for this, look for that. They can score a lot of different ways because they have that team balance.
You got Weaver with 7 tonight. Hartz has 10. Angle has 10. Miller has 8. Seaford, if he's out there, has 10 himself, and he is out there. And those are the 5 that Matt Johns will send out there to close this one out, presumably. 25.2 to go. There's a 2-point advantage for Warwick on the scoreboard.
Yep. And Township's going to run some kind of a 1-4 set. They'll have a fade screen, probably an elevator screen. There's your zipper cut. Here comes your stagger screen. There's your elevator screen right there.
Weaver,
and there's your open shot.
Open for 3, and the foul. He was fouled on the 3, so Weaver is going to go to the line and shoot 3 with 11 seconds to go.
See, I think on that elevator screen, when you have to switch out right away. If you try to get through it, you're going to comes your or your stagger screen. There's your elevator screen right there. And there's your open shot.
Open for three, and the foul. He was fouled on the three, so Weaver hits the first. 49-48 Warwick, 11 seconds to go. Weaver on the second is good. Ties this one at 49, a chance to take the lead. With 11 seconds to go, I think we all expected this tonight. No surprise between these two as Township can't get the lead. It's tipped out of bounds by Warwick. It's going to stay with Township with 9.2 seconds left. Nobody got a clear handle on the rebound, and it was tipped out of bounds by Warwick. So Manheim has a shot to win it here with 9.7 to go.
Well, they got some nice out-of-bounds plays, and it's going to be interesting to see which one they choose to run. But, if they don't get it off the initial look, they still have time to run like a little two-man, pick and roll.
Can't foul if you're Warwick. You're exhausted on fouls.
You can't foul at all. You got to just be solid on defense. You got to talk the screens, the fade screens, the ball screens. There's going to be some screening action out there. You're going to have to talk it. Are you going to switch it? You're going to hedge it? What are you going to do? Your guys should know exactly what they're doing at this point of the season.
Miller, Hartz, Seifert, Engel, and Weaver for Manheim Township. It's Landis, Sapala, Hess, Fink,
and the box set.
And Horst. And it goes to Seifert. They get it to Engel. Down to 5. Engel with it. Gets it out to Weaver. They're going to have to shoot it with 2 seconds left. Weaver off balance for the win, and it's off the front of the rim. We go to overtime here at Manheim Township High School tonight. What a rally in the final minutes by Manheim. And it goes to Seifert. They get it to Engel. Down to 5. Engel with it. Gets it out to Weaver. They're going to have to shoot it with 2 seconds left. Weaver off balance for the win, and it's off the front of the rim. We go to overtime here at Manheim Township.
Warwick, on that sequence right there, their defense was outstanding. I'd say they did a great job on defense. You get to see how important foul shooting is in the end of the game situations. It's unbelievable how it makes a difference. Warwick missed the back end of a one-on-one. They missed the front end of a one-on-one down here when they had a chance to maybe, put the game away a little bit. And then Township had a chance. JT made the first two, missed the third. He'd like to have that one back. But they got a wasn't a great look, but they got at first it looked like it was going to go in just a little bit short.
Effort of this season was the only team to push Warwick in a game in which Warwick won by 5 or fewer points. Township, on the other hand, 5 wins by double figures, but 5 games decided by 6 or fewer. So the more experienced team in this situation is Manheim Township this season.
Yep, you would think so.
Sapala and Seifert will jump it for the respective sides. What a game we've had here tonight as Hartz controls the tip for Township to open overtime. Hartz off to Weaver. Seifert playing with the 4 of the 3 fouls out there.
Township just running a wide open motion offense right now, trying to get a give and go or curl cut. They've not screened on this.
Weaver off balance from the baseline. No. Sapala the rebound.
All right, that was a pretty good shot. They just happened to miss that one. Sapala gets a rebound. He's coming down looking to go one-on-one himself.
And he will throw one off the glass into the hands of Seifert. Off to Weaver. Head to Miller. Miller to the bucket. Lays it in.
Yep. Thought they were going to call a foul on that, but they didn't.
10 for Miller. 2-point lead for Township. Almost a minute into this overtime session. Landis try to go back door with Sapala. That was cut off. Fink fires the 3. No. Sapala the rebound, and he puts it back up and in.
Yep. Right place at the right time.
24 for Kai Sapala to lead everybody tonight. Hartz, and now Miller.
Township running a set here. See if they get
Hartz.
A fade screen and a miss. Nope. Okay.
Rebound by Hess, and he hands it off to Landis. 2.5 to play in overtime. Tied at 51. Landis around the defender. Jumper good for Tate Landis.
You get the feeling that if him and Sapala run that pick and roll play right there, they might be able to get that again. Because there's two good players, and that was outstanding execution by Landis.
Hartz, Miller, good defense by Sapala. They go underneath the Weaver, lays it up and in.
Mistake on defense by Warwick. They got beat back door. They didn't have to deny out at the three-point line, and they went back door.
53 apiece.
Tie ball game again.
1:50 to go now as Horst in the corner, back to Landis. Wrap it around to Hess. Now it's Fink. Horst up top. 1:40 to play. Landis has had the hot hand in the second half as he will run in the lane off the window. Too strong, loose ball. Miller saved it over the top of his head, and then it's stripped from Sapala by Angle. Yep. So it'll stay with Warwick here with 1:27 to play.
Yeah, good hustle down there by Fink. And who else was down there? Hess was down there. Miller was down there for Township. Everybody diving on the floor.
Into Landis with 1:25 to go. Now Sapala. Sapala sitting on 24 tonight for Warwick. What a surprise. The leading scorer in the LL, and he has been throwing them down tonight for his team. Sapala off the Fink, and now it's Landis again. Back to Sapala. He'll hold here with 1 minute to go in overtime. Bit of a stall here for Warwick.
Yeah, they're just, spreading the floor. They're looking to try to beat your guy. I think they're waiting for Landis or Sapala to make the play.
Sapala one-on-one with Angle. Behind the back dribble in the lane, and he lays it up and in.
What we're talking about right there. It's exactly what they were looking for.
26 for Kai Sapala. His team a 2-point lead, 55-53.
They're looking to try to beat your guy. I think they're waiting for Landis or Sapala to make the play.
Sapala one-on-one with Angle. Behind the back dribble in the lane, and he lays it up and in.
What we're talking about right there. It's exactly what they were looking for.
26 for Kai.
Really a good player.
I'll tell you, this game has lived up to it tonight. These two schools, we've said it, separated by about 4.5 miles. The history between them. You go back last year, Warwick won this game by 16. The season before that, the LL final was decided by a point. The regular season matchup was decided by 2 points. The year prior, pair of games decided by 4 and 3 points.
Well, recently we had, both of these teams fighting for section titles and league titles. So, that's really, spurred the interest and created a more intense rivalry because both teams are used to, being on the winning side of things.
Interestingly enough, if Warwick and LS win, the only champ that will be different from a season ago as far as sections go will be Hempfield in Section 1. That was won by Cedar Crest last year. As Weaver pinned up in the corner. It's got 29 seconds to go. Now Angle. Now Miller. Miller in the lane. Dumps it underneath. It's tipped out of there right in the hands of Hartz. They keep it alive. Weaver now Miller. 19 seconds to go. Down by 2. Township needs a 2 or a 3. Hartz takes a deep 3 or a short 3, and it's good. It's a deep 2. It looked like at first, but it was a 3.
Here we go. No timeout. They're going to keep playing.
1-point lead for Township. Loose ball, 5 seconds. Sapala lost the handle. Sapala gets it back with 1 second. He fires at the buzzer, and it's off the mark, and Manheim Township wins it. 56-55. Zach Hartz the good. It's a deep 2. It looked like at first, but it was a 3.
Here we go. No timeout. They're going to keep playing.
1-point lead for Township. Loose ball, 5 seconds. Sapala lost the handle. Sapala gets it back with 1 second. He fires at the buzzer, and it's off the mark, and Manheim Township wins it. 56. There's that closeness in these games this season. 56-55. And we'll go with Zach Hartz as our player of the game for Manheim Township. So we'll get him up here for some post-game comments here in a little bit. How do you not talk to the guy that made the game-winning shot? What a game.
Well, not only the game-winning shot, but he hit that 3 at the end of the third quarter, right?
Yeah, the one from half court. So
he hit the one at the end of the third quarter. He hit the one at the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
Hartz,
They did such a good job tonight at score. You said it at the half. It's scoring at the end of the quarters.
It's huge.
And how big is that tonight?
It's just special situations that you practice all the time. In practice, you put 30 seconds on the clock and say, okay, we got to get the last shot, okay? And that's what happens. You keep working on it, then it comes second nature. But look at the balance for Manheim Township. Just look at the balance. We talked about that coming in, and they showed that tonight.
Hartz had 9 points in the second half and overtime, including the 3 to win it. And his team, I'll tell you, this Manheim team has a flair for the dramatic, as again this season they get hot late. They are the hottest team in the Lancaster Lebanon League right now, no matter the section. And
they're playing so well together, and this is a great win for them tonight, just a huge win.
Fink had the 8 points in the first half, did not score in the second half. Horst did not score in the second half. Kroll had that big 3. Well, as we wait for Zach Hartz to come on up here, and we'll get some post-game comments from him. Look at the final scoring numbers here. Sapala, 26. He was heroic in a losing effort tonight. A couple of great moves. He put on a show as we expected. Tate Landis got hot in the second half, 12 points. 8 for Fink, 3 apiece for Horst and Kroll, 2 for Hess. And for Township tonight, you said balance. We've been talking about balance all week. We had their game on Tuesday night against Crest. You have Hartz with 13, 9 come in the second half. You have 11 for Weaver. You have 10 apiece for Engel, Miller, and Seifert. So the whole starting 5 tonight does all the damage for Township minus 2 points.
Yeah, well, they're playing like we don't care who scores as long as Township scores, and that's the winning formula for this team right now.
Now, what this does for Township, their upcoming games, they're done now as far as section play goes with Section 1. So E-Town, Conestoga Valley, Ephrata, Garden Spot. They sit 13th in the district power ratings. That's going to change tonight. They might actually jump into that top 12, so we'll keep an eye on that. Warwick's got the Section 2 title game to come up on Saturday afternoon against Lebanon. Hempfield, McCaskey, and Cedar Crest are remaining also for Warwick here tonight, as Zach Hartz is going to get over here and give us a couple of comments here tonight. And what a game for him. What a huge second half for him. 9 points in the second half in overtime, finished with 13. No 3 bigger than the one that he hit to win this game for Manheim Township tonight, 56-55 over their rival Warwick, and that'll be the only time that they play this season unless these two teams meet in the district tournament. Manheim's got to get into it first. Warwick still seems pretty safe. They were 5th going into play tonight, so they should still be in a good position here to get in the playoffs. Zach Hartz is joining us here on our post-game show, and we're getting him set up here. 13 points, as we said, for him tonight. The balance on this team, though, unbelievable. What a shot, my man. That was unbelievable.
Thank you.
Tell us about the final play. What happened there in that play? How was the play drawn up, and then what happens when the ball gets in your hands?
Yeah, our play was kind of blown up a little bit, so at that point we were just running, looking for the open man, and I just got open.
You guys have been on this incredible run here of late. You've hit a ton of threes over the last 6 games now. What's going on? What is it about the latter part of the season that you guys just all of a sudden find a switch and you flip it?
We just realized that we got to start winning games to make, districts. And if we keep losing like we were at the beginning of the season, then we're not going to make it very far.
Now, you might have a good shot now because obviously they're the 5th seed going into play tonight. Warwick was, and you guys needed a big win, so you got it tonight.
Yeah, I hope so.
How about the play across the board? Your balance here tonight. Not only do you have 13, but we said this a couple minutes ago, 11 for Weaver. It was all but 2 points from the starting 5 tonight. That is unbelievable performance.
Yeah, we're just playing great all around right now. Boards, 2 assists, shooting, everything right now is working for us.
Sapala, 26 points. You guys knew that he was going to be a problem tonight. Tate Landis gets hot. When you guys are down by 5 in the fourth quarter, what's Coach Johns telling you? I mean, he's obviously telling you guys to keep your poise, and you guys were able to do that.
Yeah, keep the focus. We got to bounce back, strike back like they struck us first. But I think we did pretty well tonight.
Good luck to you the rest of the way,
Thank
man. That
you.
was a heck of a shot by Zach Hartz. We're going to get Matt Johns up here for some comments as well, as Manheim Township wins it tonight 56-55 over Warwick. Warwick falls to 9-2 overall. Township ups its record to 8-3 overall. That is a big win as far as the district tournament goes for the Blue Streaks, as they're trying to get in as one of the last 12 seeds to or one of the 12 seats to make it. They're right now on the cut line at 13. CD East is ahead of them, so huge win tonight for Township. As Coach Johns is over there talking to Coach Goodling right now. We'll get him to come on over here and give us a few comments. You know, these former coaches, they just can't. Yep. Give those to you, sir.
You did good the other day, just getting close up.
How about that tonight? My goodness.
That was another wild game and another game where I'm losing my voice.
What Zach just told us a little bit about what happened on that final play. Tell us a little bit what you drew up there. Was the plan to go for three? Was the plan just to kind of get whatever the best shot was? What was going through your mind?
The plan was to get Seifert in the post. I felt like whenever we got the ball to him in the post, he had the best matchup, and he was very difficult to guard. So we just kind of a basic dribble at him, get a leg whip, and try to throw it down into the post. And they got really good help from the weak side. But one of the last things we said to the guys when we drew that up is we just said, we're going to have shooters all over the place on the weak side. So if you don't like what you see, let's swing it and let's play against the closeouts. Wasn't much of a closeout because that guy was, he was pretty tight on Zach Hartz. And Hartz has a quick release. We saw it last year against McCaskey down in the corner when he got it up and forced overtime. But Zach Hartz hit a buzzer beater to end the third quarter, and then he basically hit a buzzer beater to end overtime. So he made big shots for us.
Well, and you guys score at the end of every quarter but one, too. How huge is that? Especially when you at halftime, you get that half court one before the half. But every quarter, you guys are coming up with a possession at the end of play where you get a bucket.
Yeah, I was really excited about the end of halftime too, because we called timeout, got our starting lineup out there that was really running our stuff well. They executed and got a layup out of it. We didn't execute great all night. I think a lot of credit to Warwick's defense. They were really put a lot of resistance up to the places we wanted to go, and they did a nice job of denying some of our entry points. But I thought our guys also did a nice job of swinging, ripping, and going. I think they found matchups that were at times the matchup was in the post, at times the matchup was swinging the ball hard and playing. And then I also thought we did a nice job at times of drawing and then hitting passes behind their help side.
You know that Kai Sapa is going to throw some haymakers at you.
Yeah.
And he got hot, and he came up with some big buckets down the stretch. Tate Landis really tried to get his team over the hump tonight. How were you able to withstand that little 5-point spurt there by Warwick in the fourth quarter?
I think we just said that we felt like we could continue to score as long as what I was more concerned about was trying to stop Kai and then not giving up an open three on the weak side. We said this on Tuesday night when we talked. Coach Christensen does such a great job of every guy out there. Every guy that plays for him thinks that they're a Section 1 All-Star, and they play with that level of confidence. And so, early in the game, I think Fink maybe had 8 points in the first quarter.
Yep.
And he kept them alive in the first half. And then it was just a heavy dose of Kai and Landis in the second half. We just didn't want Kai to get to the rim in the last kind of minute or two without all kinds of hands around him. And I thought we did a nice job of pinching those gaps a little bit. And it's harder to shoot free when it's an overtime game and it's a tight game. So I think, when we were able to help and recover a little quicker in that situation.
You had 10 guys score on Tuesday against Cedar Crest. Now, obviously, it's a different game here tonight. All but 2 points come from your starting five. What does that say about those kids who persevere a little bit, some foul trouble there, and yet you got minutes from guys off the bench, Oldock, Threats.
Our
bench, all your production came from your five tonight.
Yeah, our bench gave us great minutes. Threats, gave us great defense. Brock gave us good rebounding, great defense. Matt O'Gorman came in and had a bucket and then also had a dump off for a bucket when we were in foul trouble, so he was helping us. But, it was really cool to look up at one point in overtime and see that our starters were out there and we had 11, 10, 10, 10, and 10 for the scoring because that kind of epitomizes the type of style that we want to play. As long as we score, we don't care who scores. And so, we preach that the ball is going to find the basket for us if we're unselfish, and I really felt like that happened. Sure, it would be nice to have a 30-point score, but it's really fun when you know that you could pass it to anybody and they can make a play.
Games around here this time of year have been fun the last couple of years. What is it about your team, you guys as a staff, whatever the case is, But late in these seasons, you guys have been making these charges. You've been getting all the way to the LL tournament final 2 years ago. You've been making a run late last year to get into districts, and then you have Cedia up against the ropes there on their floor. What is it about the latter part of the season that your team just excels at?
Well, I do think we have a good staff, and our staff from 7th grade on through varsity, we've been together for 6 years now. And, I have by far the least amount of college experience of any of the guys on staff. And I'm pretty darn close to the oldest person on staff. But I think we do a good job of finding what our kids do well and then just pounding that into them and staying consistent and sticking to the plan that we know works. But we're not afraid to alter that plan when we see that there are things that we can do to maximize our kids' ability. So I just think we have a comfort level with each other. And any coach can say that too. But I also think we have talent. We have talent that works and listens, and they buy in, and they just continue to get better as we go. If
it's February or March, I want to be here going forward because that's when all the drama happens.
Yeah.
It's been unbelievable these last couple years. What a win tonight. Congratulations to you.
I appreciate that.
And good luck the rest of the way. Congrats on staying alive. Let's hope you guys can somehow get in that 12-team field.
Yeah, we said at the beginning of the night, we're going to treat every game like it's a playoff game for us. It's going to be difficult for us to get into the league playoffs, nearly impossible. But this was our playoff game. And I'm sure Warwick's going to have to fight worse Lebanon to get in. But I want to be able to say that we're taking out some of the top teams in the league.
Good luck to you the rest of the way, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being here again.
Matt Johns, the head coach of Mannheim tonight, victorious over Warwick by a point. Zach Hart's the game-winning three-pointer. Does it for the Blue Streaks as they win it 56-55. That's going to do it for us here tonight. We'll talk to you Saturday afternoon down at Warwick. We'll see the Warriors again as they go for the Section 2 title against Lebanon. That game will tip at 1:30. You don't want to miss that one. Coach and I will be with you for that one coming up on Saturday afternoon. For everybody here at Mannheim Township, for my partner Warren Goodling, for the staff with LL Hoops, we'll talk to you Saturday afternoon. Have a great rest of your night. Take care, and bye-bye.